Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast dealing with obsessed women. Now, shout out, I ain't gonna get a dude's name. Somebody hit me up privately and he was telling me some of the stuff that happens, with women just chasing him down. Now, he mentioned the gym, so he's probably an alpha showpiece. So shout out cousin T-Taw. And for those who've never heard the term, even though I've said it a couple times, an alpha showpiece is just that dude. He just got the face, body. Women just want him on a pure less level genetic. He don't have to do it. He don't have to have style, money, anything. All right. Now, one thing with that, and this is for those dudes who either alpha showpieces, sometimes they can be ugly, sexy players. Shout out again, cousin T-Taw. Or just something about them that the women chasing them down. Now, remember what I said about select men. One prominent sign is women throwing it at you. Even if you approach the women, even if you that guy who approach a lot of women, you can still be select. And you know they throwing it at you because they make it extremely easy, right? But then because of that, sometimes you get some obsessed women. And that's what this dude was talking about, and I recognized it. I recognized it. Shit. Yeah, I actually experienced that. I don't experience it now as much. Notice I said as much. But, back when I was really working out younger, and, back in those, days I was approached to be modeling, oh, yeah, I seen it. It was some stuff, let's put it like this. On some jobs, I could have been the one complaining about sexual harassment. Seriously. There was some stories. I remember I had one woman. She drove up to me. I'm walking to my car in a store parking lot. She actually drove up to me, handed me her phone number, and lived with a man. I was like, shit. But then it could get worse than that. I mean, I've known some dudes. They've had women camped in front of their houses, be hitting them up. In fact, once again, shout out cousin T-Taw. He shared something on IG. It was just a little film clip from this woman, and she was chasing this one guy, this one muscular guy, and I just laughed about it because they going to see it a lot, right? Now, the thing is, okay, fine, only a small percentage are going to deal with that, because understand something too. Being select, I mean, it just mean the women going to make it easier for you to get with them. They're going to throw it at you more, but there's still going to be some issues. Because just because a woman's chasing you don't necessarily mean that you have to take her. In fact, there's a lot of people who get the whole choosing thing wrong. They think, well, I don't let women choose me. Choosing just means she's open for you. That's it. It don't mean she control you. In fact, when a woman chooses a man, I want y'all to really think about what I'm about to say. When a woman chooses a man, that gives the man control. Because he can then deal with her on his terms. When he's choosing her and chasing her, but she ain't really interested, he's paying her price. So always understand that. All right? So anyway, you get some men, select men, they got a bunch of women obsessed, chasing them and everything. The reality is you got to be on guard because, they always talk about men stalkers and chasing women. Women can be just as bad, man. Sometimes worse because they'll come more subtle. Like I said, I've known of occasions when I've known women and know the dudes, and women be outside in front. In fact, for those who read my book, Nice Guys and Players, they read about this dude, the legendary Jim, who I always, and I've said before about Jim, he can come on YouTube and trust me, he have a big audience right away. But I remember, I'm hanging out with him or I'm at his place chilling, just watching some sports or something. And, all of a sudden he step out for a second and then he come in with some woman who's camped outside his house. I was like, shit. I was like, where'd she come from? Oh, she was just waiting outside. Another dude where I lived and stuff had this woman, because I actually saw her. She was staying at this dude's house. She was over in the bushes. So what guys got to do? Dealing with it, first of all, because they choosing you and you get the power, of course, the main thing is you don't have to deal with them. But when women choose a man, they tend not to give up. Once they choose a man, they want a man, he could pretty much get her at his leisure. If he wants her. But sometimes if he don't want her, because, if you that type, you definitely got a choice of women, and she just might not be attractive to you, something off about her dress don't hang right or something, whatever. One of the first things is probably just letting her know you're not interested. I mean, you just got to be direct with her. Just say, you know what? I ain't really feeling you like that. Sorry. Yeah, she probably talk some shit or something like that, but it'd be like, okay. So you let it go. And only thing is with that, if you do that, sometimes it's not a bad idea to record it. Just have your phone on or something. And I'm dead serious on that, because usually in those cases when women get rejected, those are the type who can come back and lie on you. Right? Like if you got some women on your job obsessed with you and chasing you and stuff, document it and be very careful how you respond. And if you got to take a manager to the side, like if you got to go to human resources yourself, go ahead and do it, especially if you ain't feeling her. Now, I know some guys be trying to figure out how to get with women on their jobs and stuff, and that's cool if that's what you want to do. But if you definitely not feeling them, definitely start writing down stuff. Write down anything she say to you. Keep the shit professional. Avoid being in storerooms with her. Avoid being in a position where she could say something. Because then if you reject her, sometimes a woman try to get back. She'll try to say, well, he said this. She'll just come blatantly lie. She'll come on hard. Right? Another thing is, as best as possible, don't let a woman know where you live. Like I was on this one job. And unfortunately, this woman worked where she had access to my address. And at the time, ironically, I wasn't even living by myself. I was living at my grandmother's house. This woman sent me like 5 cards, including some with pictures. And she was coming hard. And I was just like, damn. Now, she wasn't that bad, but then another woman might be that type, be outside your home or stalking you or whatever, following you around. Like, be careful. Like, you gotta be straight up. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna be nice, or I'm just gonna keep her around, or some people might, you get some dudes and they get in trouble when they do this. They'll say, well, you know what, I ain't feeling it, but I keep her around because I can hit it when I feel like. If you ain't feeling it, you just ain't feeling it. Because you get what a woman said this term to me. He said obsessed fans. And they can be a trouble in the long run because they start talking shit and then all of that. But you straight up tell them. And and in fact, here's something now. Let me give you a little bit of game on dealing with that. Sometimes let them think they rolling from you. Like if they say something like, well, I'm just going to block you and all that. Just be like, okay. I'm serious, okay. That's some game. That's some game, actually. Like I said, I learned a lot of game just from women. Because they would tell me how they were running stuff. And I just, I do what a pimp does. Just turn it against them, Because one thing women would do, if they try and break up with a guy, they'll do stuff in such a way which will make you just want to roll. And sometimes, sometimes you might have to do that. I know a dude, an attorney. He was an attorney select man. And he said, you know what, when I'm ready to get rid of them and stuff, I just started doing some stuff and see how much they willing to take. And then when they leave on their own, then they ain't tripping because they feel like they had power. Now, you could do that, like I said, that's a little bit of game on how to do that with them. In general, though, just be straight up. Don't deal with them. Make it clear. If you got to block them on all social media, do that, whatever. But just let them know in general. And, but just give them, just get rid of them. Because here's the thing. And as best as possible, make it quick. Because the longer they hang in there, that's when other crazy shit can happen, all right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. Peace and many blessings.